Together with Earle Sports Bets, yeah, the twins, they be checking in. Stacking up, green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah, R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined here as always by my brother Tim. And today, short card, 3 games in the NHL. Only have interest in really one. I doubled up on one. I haven't bet the other 2 yet. Then we have 2 games in the MLB. Game 5 of the NLCS. Game 4 of the ALCS. So we will get into that. But we'll first recap yesterday, and for now, this is a week straight. I have not had a winning day in over a week. I only finished down 0.37 units yesterday, but still, it's another losing day, which is incredibly frustrating. The day started off well. Cleveland first 5 was a winner. Cleveland full game, never in doubt. That was a Christmas miracle. Cashing the Guardians money line. Yes, pun intended there. Big Christmas with the game-tying home run. David Fry with the game-winning home run. What a game that was. That was one of the more entertaining baseball games I've seen in a very long time, since probably Game 3 in Milwaukee, between the Mets and the Brewers for like a playoff game. It may be Game 2 of the NLDS where the Phillies walked it off. Like just entertainment-wise, those were some of the better games there. So it started off with a nice double winner there. Baseball ended up finishing 2-1. I took the Mets team total over 3.5 after getting shut out yesterday, and it lost. It sucks. But and that's probably the end of the season. But we'll get into that in a little bit. I probably had the worst beat I've had in a very, very long time last night. Georgia State Marshall. Yes, your random Sun Belt Conference game. I had the under 51.5. there in that game. It was 28-20 the Marshall. Georgia State was driving. They were on the 13-yard line. It was 4th and 10. They turned the ball over on downs with about 1 minute and 50-something seconds left. I'm like, all right, Marshall, run out the clock, run the ball, get a first down, run out the clock, game over, under wins. They break an 87-yard touchdown at the end. That's just the way my college football season's gone so far. It's just nothing can go right. And eventually, hopefully I'll be on the right side of those. But I've also heard quotes where it's like, yeah, if you're a good capper, you'll be on bad beats more than you'll be on lucky bounces like that. Because you'll cap the games correctly. And those are the ones that have the bad beats is when you cap the games correctly. I somehow got the win with Tampa Bay. They won 4-3 in regulation. They were down late there. And they scored 2 goals in the third period. They win in regulation. The Canucks get their first win of the year. -115 winner there with Vancouver. Lost with the Montreal Canadiens 4-1. The Kings win in that game. Very, very impressive game for the Kings. I will give them that. It was a back-to-back. It was a third game in 4 days. They're on a long road trip right now. It was a goalie that played last night or 2 nights in a row. And I'll tip my cap. The Kings won in a really bad situation. Islanders team total over, full game over was probably as bad as I've capped a game in a very long time. Game finishes 1-0 in overtime. So that was frustrating there. The Oilers get the job done, -117 winner there. Gave that out on the free pick video. And then I actually got a win in the NFL. Imagine that. The Broncos -2.5. They win 33-10. That's exactly the kind of game I was expecting. Because it was basically the Saints practice squad out there. Because they were down to a third string setter. No Olave, no Shakir, they were banged up and bruised and injured. And then you throw Spencer Rattler in there as well. That was an easy play for their Broncos country. Let's ride. but still down 0.37 units yesterday. So would like a winning day eventually. I think that would be a fun idea. Let's try tonight.
Yesterday was not fun at all. I look back at it, and it started off well with that very, very lucky game with the Guardians. I'll say that was lucky. Got that winner there. I was on Georgia State. As you mentioned, that late touchdown killed my cover. I was on the Vegas Golden Knights, loser. I was on the Panthers, fuck line, loser. I was on the Stars, loser. Sabres, loser. Montreal, loser. Edmonton Oilers, puck line, plus 194. I got that. And I was on the Blues, so that worked out. Mets were a loser, and the Broncos were a winner. Ended up being a very shitty night. Hopefully bounce back tonight. I got 4 college football already up. I bet both the baseball games. We'll see how it goes.
Gotcha. Head over to the chat, and then we'll get into hockey.
Because the Mets lost. That's why you're the only one that's on time. We know why you're here. Went 7-4 in the NHL, and 50% on player props, which is good because they're all plus money. There you go.
Nice.
See, that's all you got to ask for. It was so annoying every time the Sabres would score, Columbus would score 10 seconds later. Yeah, that shit happens. Sabres suck. I thought you knew this already. New York Rangers murdered the Red Wings.
Yeah, it was frustrating watching all my leans cash yesterday because I leaned Rangers, I leaned Devils, I leaned Blackhawks, I leaned Kraken, and
I was looking forward to the Subway Series, but it looks like the Mets will ruin that. You're hilarious. Yeah, says the person that's trying to jinx them every single. No, I don't want to hear that shit, dude. Nice call on the Isles Blues draw.
If only I bet it. But yeah, it's the Thailanders. Are you surprised? Like it's the draw island Thailanders.
Saints killed me. I'm not perfect. Bad pick.
Yeah, that was yeah. It was another week where I wish I used the Thursday night game as a contest pick, but I didn't.
Let's head to the game.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Two of my most hated teams in the NHL. The Pittsburgh Penguins and the Carolina Hurricanes. We have the Hurricanes are minus 145 road favorites in this game. Total 6.5 in the spot. I am currently loading up line history, so let's switch over because I was looking a little bit at college football. I'm going to do my full dive, and I'll probably post all my stuff on CapperTek tonight. So let's get into the line history here. There we go. This line opened up at a minus 140 for the Hurricanes. It's now 144. Line opened up 6.5 plus 102. It's now 6.5 plus 104. There are also some sixes out there. I was able to get 6 up on the site. Tim, for this game because this is the only game I've posted for the site, and I wish I wish I waited maybe, and I want to see if I could have gotten a 6 because I don't think I could have. Let's take a look because I got 6.5 at even money. It's now 6.5 minus 108. Yeah, definitely can't get a 6 now because the 6 this morning when I looked or when I tried to bet it last night was minus 135. Now it's 145. Nope, no thank you. And then we have 63% of tickets and 63% of the cash is on the Hurricanes. The line's moving towards the Hurricanes in this game here. Let's get up what these two teams have done so far this season. And this is this really kind of caught my attention when capping this game. This is the Penguins' 6th game of the season. It's the Hurricanes' 3rd game. So it's been a very active time for the Penguins here. Granted, the Hurricanes have had a game postponed because of the Hurricanes down in Tampa Bay. But the Carolina Hurricanes opened up their season with a 4-1 loss against the Tampa Bay Lightning. They followed that up with a 4-2 win over the New Jersey Devils. On the flip side, we have the Pittsburgh Penguins who are on a 2-game winning streak. So props to them. I'm not fading the Birds every game on money lines or minus ones, but I did find a different way to bet against them. So we'll get into that. They lost the first game 6-0 to the Rangers. They bounced back with a 6-3 win against the Red Wings. They lose 4-2 to the Maple Leafs. They beat the Montreal Canadiens 6-3. They beat the Buffalo Sabres in overtime 6-5. What is one thing we've seen in every single Pittsburgh Penguins game so far? They've surrendered at least 3 goals in every game. Whether it's Blomqvist, whether it's Yari, I do not care. I am on the Carolina Hurricanes team total over 3.5 at +105. I'm on the full game over 6.5 at even money. I will continue to bet overs in Penguins games until they learn how to play defense. And I get it. When you look at the track history between these two teams, a lot of unders. This is the worst defensive Penguins team we've seen in those games, though, because this was a more defensively responsible Sidney Crosby-led Penguins team the last few years, and it's not that this year. Letang and Carlson are glorified forwards that are being paid way too much, which, as an Islanders fan, love it. Keep paying those guys $10 million and $8 million per year because they're probably worth 4 and 6, if that. So keep overpaying them. That is totally cool with me. And I'll dare them to play some defense for once. So Carolina Hurricanes team total over 3.5, full game over 6.5 for me.
Yeah, I'll be quick right now. I stayed off the entire hockey card today. I didn't bet a single hockey play. Hockey's been rough the first week. I'm just going to take today to kind of just not touch anything. So it's going to be a complete pass on the card. I'll be right back, Nick. Callie's whining at my door, so I got to take her out real quick.
Okay.
Because if not, I'm just going to hear that the entire show. So,
fair.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, we'll head to the chat here. There we go. Canes money line. I would play the -1 line or the team total over. That's the way I would do that because -145. It's a little expensive for me, and if that's part of your range, then sure. Canes -1.5 +170. They are going to destroy the Pens. Yeah. Went 4-1 in the NHL. Not bad since I barely watch NHL. There you go. Canes team total over 3.5. Love it. I'm on it. Sebastian Aho goal. Wouldn't talk you off of that. My friend Jackson Blake was +500 to score last week. Now he's +200. Wow. Lean under 6.5. Who is Callie? Pet rat or lizard? Dog. She's a dog. Canes first period -0.5 at +170. I don't hate that look either. I would look for ways to back the Hurricanes tonight. And the ultimate for me, and it's between these next two games, and it's not San Jose Sharks. Only one Shark's going to be taking the ice tonight, apparently. San Jose Sharks, Winnipeg Jets, -360 for the Jets, total 5.5 in this game. Damn it. Do I want to take the Sharks in this game? They've won 6 of the last 10 meetings against these Winnipeg Jets. They are 0-2-2 to start the year against the 3-0 Jets. Let's get into the line history in this one here. Just a ridiculous -360 line. It opened up at a 325. It's up to a 360. So big move towards Winnipeg. Line opened up 5.5 at -122, up to a 6, back to a 5.5. We've had a move towards the under in this game. We have 94% of tickets and 88% of cash on the Jets. No surprise there. I wonder how many Jets Avalanche parlays we'll have tonight. I wonder how many Jets Hurricanes Avalanche parlays we'll have tonight, because it's 3 teams where the favorites look pretty solid tonight. Other than, I think the one shaky favorite's going to be Colorado, and they'll probably win by the puck line because everybody's going to like Anaheim at a big plus price tag because Colorado's yet to win a game. We'll get into that in a minute. 74% of tickets, 79% of cash is on the over. The lines move towards the under in this game here, and I kind of lean under in this game. If I am betting anything, under 6 at -125. These two teams play really low scoring games against each other, and this has the feel of the Jets maybe squeak this out in overtime or something along those lines. So a draw in this game would not shock me. The San Jose Sharks have already gone to overtime 2 of the first 4 games, so I kind of want to see what that is. On Bovada is probably not great. Let's take a look. Regulation. Draw is +350. So that's kind of interesting there. First period, full game draw, 10-1. But this has a feel of, 0-0 late in the third period. Then both teams scored. It's 1-1 heading into overtime, things along those lines. If I'm betting anything, maybe I'd take a small shot at the draw in this game, which I'm kind of curious what the better numbers you can get on this is, because you can get better numbers anywhere other than Bovada. Plus 418 on Pinnacle. You'll probably get up in that range on FanDuel as well. FanDuel has always been good for draws. I would lean a draw in this game, so that would guess by default lean me towards maybe a Sharks plus 1.5 puck line. I can see this game being 2-1 Jets in regulation. I can see this being 3-2 Jets in regulation. Jets team total under 3.5 plus 110. The Sharks are on a back-to-back, which does make this kind of a concerning situation. They were in Chicago last night. This is their third road game in 4 days. They played on the 15th against Dallas, last night against Chicago. Now they play Winnipeg. Is this their last, or do they have another game on the road after this? They head home to play the Avalanche after this, and then they hit the road for Anaheim, LA, Vancouver, Vegas, and Utah. So they play a lot of road games, these San Jose Sharks, to start the year. And Winnipeg, they've played nothing but home games. Is this the last game of a homestand for them? No, they welcome in the Pittsburgh Penguins on the 20th. Before they go on their first road trip to St. Louis, Seattle, Calgary. So I guess I lean Sharks plus 1.5, maybe a draw in this game. There's no way I'm laying any type of number with the Winnipeg Jets. I kind of lean under in this one as well. Not getting involved with any of that, though. So it's a simple pass for me here. I think there's, I want to say better games on the slate, but I mean the Hurricanes Penguins game is probably the best game on the slate. So. Can't believe people were dumb enough to take the Sharks yesterday when the Blackhawks owned them. I wanted the Blackhawks -1. I did. I really, really did. But I never pulled the trigger on it. I wanted the Kraken -1, the Blackhawks -1, the Devils -1, and the Rangers -1, and I never bet any of them. So it was frustrating. -360 for the Jets is gross. It kind of is. There's no way I would lay it for them. Jets and under 5.5. Plus 161 isn't a bad number. That's a good way to get down. Maybe you can go. What is Jets double result where it's first period puck line, full game money line? But here's the thing: is with big favorites like that, I want motivation with them, and they're 3-0. This could be a sleepy spot. They hit the road after this. Let's see. First period winner Jets, full game winner Jets, plus 150 double result. So, okay, we're talking big money line here. So I took Jets money line, Purdue plus 35, BYU money line plus 150. Okay. I will never call parlay a genius bet because the edges are never on parlays, but okay. Player prop game, Toffoli again. Thanks for that yesterday. Yeah. Wait, Toffoli scored? Oh, love it. Love it, love it, love it. If only I bet things I say to like the Toffoli goal and the Islanders draw and Eklund props. I bet the Blackhawks but blew it on Montreal. Okay. Scheifele props. I never play. Now 446. I don't place the bets for you. You're the one that hits confirm bet. I just come here and give my opinions on what I think is going to happen, where I think value is, what lines are doing, and things along those lines. I only come here and say this is what I'm betting. I don't say you guys have to join me. Look at my record in hockey this year. It's not good so far. I'll finally set up my spreadsheet probably tomorrow for tomorrow's slate. So we'll finally have data to work off of. But I mean, plus 300 Sharks is good. But we'll move on to the final game here: the Colorado Avalanche and the Anaheim Ducks. The Avalanche are -230 favorites with a total of 6.5 in this game. Line opened up at a -245. It's now at 240. So we do have a move towards the Anaheim Ducks. Line opened up 6.5 -120. It's now 6.5 -123. Move towards the over here as well, which makes sense. 80% of tickets and 82% of the cash is on the over. 82% of tickets, 69% of the cash. Nice is on the Avalanche. The Avalanche are 0-4 to start the season. This is going to be their fourth home game in a row. They opened up the season in Vegas with an 8-4 loss. They followed up with a 6-4 loss against Columbus, a 6-2 loss against the Islanders, a 5-3 loss against the Boston Bruins. The Ducks are 2-1 on the year. They won their opening game 2-0 against the San Jose Sharks. They lost 3-1 on a back-to-back against the Vegas Golden Knights, and they followed it up with a 5-4 overtime win against the Utah Hockey Club in their home opener. Now they head to Colorado, Where this series has been very Colorado driven lately. 4 of the last 5 have gone to Colorado. 8 of the last 10. I mean, does any really want to lay minus 250 with the Avalanche or a puck line at minus 105 range? Not particularly. I feel like this could be a game where the Avalanche do break out a little bit offensively. So I could see that potentially as a look is maybe an Avalanche team total over, because I know a lot of people are, but unfortunately that's minus 165 for 3.5. So that's not a price I can lay at all for a 3.5 team total as well. And it's a tricky spot. I mean, I guess I lean over the total in this game until the Avalanche can prove that they can stop a beach ball. They've given up at least 5 goals in every single game so far this season. So maybe it's a team total over 2.5, but for the Anaheim Ducks. But this feels like the one favorite that nobody has any faith in, type of thing. That I've seen a lot of Ducks team total over so far this morning. I've seen a lot of people on Ducks money line. I know it doesn't reflect in the betting splits, but for me, it's probably a stay off game. We'll see how tonight goes. Maybe I might add an Avalanche puck line or something along those lines. I don't know how to approach this game. Avalanche money and Avalanche money line and over 6.5 is plus 149. So maybe that's a nice way to be able to get involved with the Avalanche, is taking the money line in the over. It has like a little combo bet, but for me, I just don't feel the need to get involved with it here. Maybe this could be, I want to say, a motivated spot, but Avalanche just haven't looked good this year. So I'm not laying it with the Avalanche at the moment, but I feel like that's the only way I could look in this game, because I can see the Anaheim Ducks being that public dog of the day.
Good luck. Once again, I'm just staying off of NHL today, so
that's fair.
I'll be back on it tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a big slate tomorrow, so yeah.
I won't be here tomorrow though, but
let's see.
I'm not here on the weekends.
Yeah. Let's see. Maybe next time you should follow my pick. I kept telling people king me. There you go. Don't worry, I won't hold you accountable for costing me $1 million. I didn't, but okay. Avs minus 1.5 in team total over. There you go. Fernanda, morning, Nick. What's good, Untouchable? Georgiev has never lost to the Ducks. There you go. Ohtani ruined the Nerfy. What a joke by the part-time MVP. Yeah. iPad boy hit baseball hard. I wonder if Ohtani bet the Dodgers to win the pennant. And that's why he's shown up the way he has this year, is that he has a lot of money on it, trying to make back from all the money that he lost in the beginning of the season betting on sports that he just threw on his translator. This is the best. This is the best team he plays against. There you go. Avs money line and team total over. McKinnon anytime goal. There you go. I lost my same game parlay yesterday because the Saints couldn't get one more field goal. You know, one thing that we totally missed on yesterday with that game, Tim, is not that it was maybe like a Sean Payton revenge game, whatever. It was the Will Lutz revenge game for the Denver Broncos, which he had 2 field goals early. So there you go. Ducks money line. I'm still scratching my head for why they continue to start Radler. He sucks, but might have but might as well stuck with Hainer. Yeah, maybe. Leo Carlson assist. Avs favorite for a reason. I could see that, but they've been favored in every game this year. So there's that. Blues and Capitals money line were and under were nice. There you go. Islanders draw is still a thing. Did lose a 5-teamer because that game didn't go over. Yeah. Are you guys sick of Ohtani yet? Yes, I've been sick of Ohtani for months now. And this is why I won't watch the World Series when it is Dodgers-Yankees, because I don't feel the need to watch 4 to 7 games of them glazing Ohtani and Judge. Just not something I want to watch. Terry goal, drawing the over. Saints have so many injuries, untouched, it won't matter. Yeah. It was basically the practice squad. Rather ain't bad. They need a new. Yeah, Dennis Allen sucks. But that is the full NHL card. Now let's transition into the diamond for probably the Mets' last game of the season. It's been a fun ride. It has. From everything that they've done this year, it's from a team that was projected for 81.5, 82.5 wins this year. They were big plus money to make the playoffs. It was a transition year. It was a bridge year. They signed Manaea and Severino and Quintana. So it felt like they were just trying to get through the season and things along those lines. And all of a sudden, they're in the NLCS. So it's been a hell of a ride. Unfortunately, the $1 billion Dodgers are gonna go to the World Series this year. Let's get into the line history in the spot where let's take a look at the line history here where it opened up. There we go. Line opened up at a 130. It got all the way up to a 140. It's down to a 128. So we have a move towards the Mets in this game. Line opened up at a 7.5 at minus 105. It got up to a 7.5 at minus 111. Right back to a 7.5 minus 105. So no line movement on the total, and a move towards the Mets here. Slight move towards the Mets, but still a move towards the Mets. Take a look at the cash flow where we have 85. Oh, that's the run line. 85% of tickets and 73% of the cash is on the Dodgers. The lines move towards the Mets with 15% of the tickets, 27% of the cash on them. So everybody all over the Dodgers, the line's moving towards the Mets. I guess that makes sense. The Mets are probably dead in the water. But there's a few things that really we can break down in this game. This is the second time in 5 days that the Mets will be seeing Jack Flaherty. And they saw 7 innings worth of him last time in LA. So they got to see him plenty of times. He went through the lineup 3 times in that game. He gave up two hits, 2 walks, no earned runs. So he was awesome in that game. But they saw a decent amount of him. The Dodgers saw 2 1/3 innings pitched of David Peterson, who will be on the mound for the New York Mets here in this game. And looking at the spot for me, everybody's on the Dodgers. Line's moving towards the Mets. Peterson's been good this year. He's been the most profitable pitcher for the Mets this year. And doesn't this feel like one of those games where this series goes back to LA? Kind of. And here's the thing. This is where I want to back the Mets. Everyone thinks they're dead, which they probably are. Everyone says this series is over, which it probably is. But these are the type of games the Mets show up in. And one last game in front of the Citi Field crowd this year. I think the Mets ended off with a win. And I'm probably going to go one last ride here with the New York Mets. And it's not a homer bet. It's nothing like that. I mean, the line's moving. Everything's correlating for me. The line's moving towards the Mets. Everybody's on the Dodgers. They've seen Peterson, or they've barely seen Peterson. They definitely saw Flaherty. And wouldn't Major League Baseball love to at least get one more game in this series? I mean, I know they want to have Shohei Ohtani on the screen as much as humanly possible. So why not another game with Shohei Ohtani on the screen? Back in LA, where they can win the pennant in front of their home crowd instead of the Citi Field crowd. I'm going to be on the New York Mets here in this game, plus 113.
One last ride. Yeah, I know it's probably over today. So it is what it is. From 0-5 to 22-33, dead in the water. And I don't want to hear, 1-1, and we thought they were coming back. This was going to be a difficult series regardless. But no, the fact that they made it there is crazy. I know everybody, and I know people will mention the salary cap, Nick. Let's look at part of the Mets' salary for this year. How about $30 million to Max Scherzer, $25 million to Justin Verlander, $8 million to James McCann, $7 million to Omar Narvaez, $5 million to Adrian Hauser, $4 million to Jake Diekman. That's 6 players, all above $4 million. And if you add all that up, that's That's like $80 million in dead cap, not including players like Wendell that were 1.9, Nito that was 1.6, Lopez that was 1.6, and you just had a bunch of players that it was all dead cap. So I don't want to hear the payroll. The team that the Mets have out there is less than $200 million, or sorry, $204 million, not 317 like everybody's saying.
Yeah, and it's going to be fun to see what they do in the offseason. I think it starts with re-signing Minaya and Severino. You put Vientos at first base. You let Pete Alonso walk.
Yep.
And maybe you look for an Alex Bregman at third base, something along those lines, because they have $173 million coming off the payroll next year because the Scherzer contract.
Some type of splashy move.
They'll make a couple moves. They absolutely will. Whether it's a Bregman, whether it's a Juan Soto, whether it's something along those lines, whether it's a Corbin Burns. How about pick up an ace? Which all of a sudden the Mets have an ace for next year. Sean Manaea is an ace. Kodai Senga, when healthy, has the ability to be an ace. They pick up Corbin Burns, they have one of the best rotations in baseball next year. Like if I have and that's not even including putting David Peterson back in that rotation next year. Maybe you see some Brandon Sproat next year. Christian Scott, unfortunately, had Tommy John surgery, so we're not going to see anything from him. But, I mean, this team has the potential to win 100 games next year, which next year was the year that they were supposed to compete. I mean, they even told Scherzer that 2024 was a bridge year. But, yeah, yeah.
Anyways, back to the chat, Nick, real quick. I'm going to look up something real quick.
Oh, yeah. This chat is pumping. Let's see. You won't watch Judge versus Ohtani, fake MLB fan? No. I won't. I don't want to see either of those teams win. No, I'm good. No. Is it because the Mets aren't going to the World Series? No. If it's Dodgers Guardians, I will watch every pitch of that World Series. If it's Dodgers Guardians, I will watch that. I will watch any matchup that is not Dodgers Yankees because I think that's a fun matchup for the common baseball fan. I have no interest in that whatsoever. But no, if it's Guardians versus Dodgers, I have no problem with that whatsoever. Mets winning tonight, I can see it. I played them, so yeah. Every Met fan thought they would win coming home. I don't want to hear. No. But okay. I gave the Mets a last shot yesterday. My final farewell is I'm taking their team total over 3.5. There you go. All I care are my K props with the Saints. No offense, means field goals. Yeah, if they can get past 50. There you go. Mets win one more before it's over. Yeah, I can see that. I think this series is either going to go one of two ways. The Mets lay down and die tonight, and they lose by 4+ runs, or they steal tonight. Minaya throws a gem in Game 6, and they lose in Game 7. I don't see the Mets winning this series, but they're either losing in 5 or losing in 7. I think they win Game 6. Excuse me, they have 3. No, they have a lot of dead space.
But if you take out all that dead cap, they're like 10th. For the team that they have out, they're like 10th.
Because I mean, you look at what the Dodgers did in the offseason. Ohtani signed to what, a $700 million contract? It was $325 million for Yamamoto. It was $240 million for Will Smith. They signed, I think, it was a $25 million for Teo. Yeah, no, they're the $1 billion team. They're no, yeah. Darn, I missed Taki, didn't I? Yep. Anyone interested in Sharks money line today? Also grab the draw and the under. I lean draw and under in that game, but that would be the only way I look. Mets have been walking a lot of batters lately. Yes, and it's because what the Phillies were doing in the series against the Mets is not what the Dodgers were. The Mets were able to exploit the Philadelphia Phillies' willingness to chase. Harper chased a lot in that series. Schwarber chased a lot in that series. Stott chased a lot in that series. Real Muto chased a lot in that series. The Dodgers ain't chasing shit. They aren't. And that's the thing. Say goodbye to Alonso. I've said goodbye to him for months now. I don't think he signs.
I don't think so either.
What are you guys on for
you're not
hockey
really
today?
saying much.
Yeah. What are you guys on for hockey today? Really quick, please, and thank you. Yeah.
Nothing.
Hurricanes team total over 3.5, full game over 6.5. That's it. Yep. Let's just find ways to win. I can see them winning. Maybe. OMG homer bets for these guys. It'll be more painful when they lose. Okay. Cool. Pass. They think they go over 7.5. I kind of lean in that direction. It's Mets time. Yeah. Oh fuck, it's Flaherty. Rip Grimace. Going down with the Nerfy, possibly one last time to break even, 1-3. Yeah. I love this as a Mets spot. Polar Bear going yard. Here we go with the excuses. My God, stop it. All those players aren't even Mets. Exactly.
That's the point. And that's the whole argument, that people are using those players as part of our salary and saying that we're the highest spending team in the league. And you look at the team that we actually have out there, and it's not.
Yeah.
So
Hurricanes -1.5 and the over 6.5. Canes versus Pens. Fade the Pens. Yes. I'm on the team total over instead of the puck line, though, because I don't trust Hurricanes to cover puck lines. I've seen them not do that so many times. Might take the over 7.5. Mets are to not make the playoffs. They're already in the playoffs. Yeah, just joking. Yeah. LOL. The Guardians of Baseball will save us from the evil empire. I fucking hope so. I really do. And I can't wait to talk about that next game, because we finally get an appearance from our guy. Finally. Lindor plus 350 home run. I mean, if the Mets win tonight, Lindor will do something. Where Alonso, JD, Mr. OMG, Lindor, Nimmo, on and on. They have a ton of money.
No, I wasn't. Yes, that's why I said the Mets have like $200 million or probably a little bit less than $200 million invested on this year's team. Those are all part of that. Everybody says that they're worth.
When people say the Mets have the highest payroll in baseball, they're wrong.
They spent $317 million, and yeah, they did. But close to 100 million of that is not even on the team anymore. So that's not really a good argument.
Yeah. Hopefully, Indians win it all somehow. All right,
that'd be great.
Let's take a look real quick. 10-1. I can give you 10-1 on the Cleveland Guardians to win the World Series. So there you go. 22-1 for the Mets. So even down 3-1 in the series, Tim, my ticket for the New York Mets is still has CLV value, because I got 45-1.
Mine too.
So, I mean, the Mets are 9-1 to win the series. So yeah.
If
I'm the Mets, I would play Acuna Jr. Yeah. If I'm the Mets, here you go. Here's how I'm doing today. I will have basically the same lineup, except for I would change a few things. Jesse Winker is in today's lineup, and JD Martinez is riding his ass on the bench. Luis Torrens is catching, and Francisco Alvarez is riding his ass on the bench. Tyrone Taylor's playing left field. Harrison Bader's playing center field. Brandon Nimmo is sitting today.
Or DHing.
Even then,
right with him DHing.
His bat's not been that great. Since he's hurt his ankle, his bat's been not great. We'll see. NHL card is so square. Did I miss anyone taking a shot with a dog? I would take a small shot with the Sharks and maybe the Ducks. Those would be the two dogs I'd look at today. I kind of lean towards both the dogs in the late games, but I didn't bet either. So, does Sharks money line have value? It absolutely does. Whether or not it cashes is another story. They have pitching staff. That pitching staff will not be the same. They pitch way over their heads. 100 games next year. You are drunk. Never. Well,
I believe in David Stearns.
Yeah, it's the first year of David Stearns as well, and he's turned this team around. So we'll see. Number 1, Broncos country. Let's ride. And they had Cortland Sutton under his receiving yards. He didn't even have 1. There you go. Peanuts eat nice in sauce. Funny. What's good, Dave? Timay, what's good? Nathan Cerna. One of these NHL dogs is winning. I wonder who. I would probably lean towards the Ducks, but I have a feeling a lot of people will lean towards the Ducks because, I mean, the Avs are 0-4. Unfortunately, I'm on the Black Knights first half -9.5. Yeah, no, the ECU is getting blown out tomorrow. You guys had the best record for a half. No way in hell you guys can do it next year. 100 wins is laughable. This team will digress next year. Not very well. Very well can happen. Very well could.
You also hate the Mets, so I don't really take what you say with a grain of salt.
Yeah. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, Nick. I was thinking the same thing. Yep. Yeah. Sharks. Mets under wins next season. I would like to know what their win total is next year. I do. Lindor 0-5 will flop. Okay. Mets to win the series at +870. I would love nothing more than this, but I don't see it. Celebrini back tonight? I don't know. I'm gonna miss the Lindor. I'm gonna miss talking about Lindor fake MVP convo, no Gold Glove, which was absolutely stupid. No All-Star, which was absolutely stupid. You look at his numbers. He declared he should have gotten both. Maybe he wouldn't win the Gold Glove, but he should have absolutely be nominated. He was way better than some of the people. I mean, Anthony Volpe got nominated, and he's had a ton
some of them
errors.
got nominated for a Gold Glove, and you should see some of his.
Oh yeah, I mean the Gold Glove nominations are a joke sometimes. I cannot see the Sharks beating the Jets. Fair. Mets are cooked. To be honest, I thought the series was over. It is over. It's done. The Mets are not coming back. Pretty simple. Both big dogs have value. Whether they cash on the money line is a different story. Yeah. Took the Saints last night like a fool. Public still waiting hard. I expect this weekend to be more dogs and unders. I did take the Broncos last night, and that was more of a fate of the Saints. Which that Saints under 7.5 wins is looking better and better and better and better. Yeah. Sharks +311, Ducks +212 locked in. Good luck. Love seeing shots like that. This has to be an ab spot. I mean, the Blue Jackets should have been an ab spot. So yeah, hold. Yeah, I told you. Well, what's good, Markel? Just keep it under in the ECU game. Fair. Ducks have looked good. Dostal is a stud. You called that OT in Blues Islanders yesterday, and I freaking missed it. I didn't bet it, unfortunately, but yeah. I got Army on this. I got Army been on their spread for the past 4 weeks and 4-0 doing it. Is it sad though, looking at that Army schedule, that ECU might be their toughest opponent so far this year? Like,
for real.
I know we're talking about baseball right now, but I want to quickly touch on that real quick. Please tell me, is ECU worse than any of the teams I'm about to list? Lehigh, Florida Atlantic, Rice, Temple, Tulsa, UAB.
No, ECU is better than all of them. And then they get and then end of year AFA. All right, fine. North Texas is good. Notre Dame is good. ECU beat UTSA and then the Navy game.
So they have a tougher end of the schedule. I would like to see, because all of a sudden I'm seeing a lot of people now on Army to make the playoffs, or Army to.
I mean, they have a shot. Their schedule is easy.
They have a shot. They have an easy schedule, but they need to beat Notre Dame, which I don't see them doing. So we'll see. Mets had a short-term memory after game 1 with a quick turnaround. Yeah, but they should have had that yesterday. BYU in the under and Fresno State.
I'm on Okie State, but I got 9.5. I see some.
I didn't bet any of the later games. I only bet the 2 early games. Blue Jackets looked good last night. Yeah. I don't think it's over for the Mets. That line is dropping drastically. Line's moving towards the Mets. See if it does anything though. Dookie is -3. I took the +3 with the Florida State Seminoles in that game. We'll see how that goes. I thought that line should be a pick. I did not mean to do that. Fair. Kraken is starting to look like a team too. Their defense is pretty sus, but they're finding ways to win games. I like this Kraken team. I have them over their point total. I have them to make the playoffs, so we'll see. Army, Navy, money, parlay, book it. Good luck.
Considering Army is a 15-point favorite and Navy is a 17-point favorite.
Yeah. Yes, they handle business. I can't wait for Army Navy. That'll be a fun game. Not my fault. Conference is crap. It is.
We never said it
the
was.
Irish meet the quota for epic losses. Army probably gets steamrolled. Yeah, I can see that game where Notre Dame wins by like 20 plus.
I'll be on Notre Dame against Army. I also still have a
Yeah,
ticket on Notre Dame 10-1 to win the Natty. 15-1 to win the Natty.
That's not dead.
It's not. And keep in mind, if Notre Dame beat Northern Illinois, what are they, 5th, 4th in the nation right now?
Something like that. Mm-hmm. All right, let's head to the next game though, where we have the New York Yankees and the Cleveland Guardians. Let's take a look at the line history in this game here. This line opened up at a 115 down to a 114. Line opened up at a 7.5 at -120. It's now a 7.5 at -110. A move towards the under and a move towards these Cleveland Guardians. Only a 1 cent line move, but a move towards them, which I think is significant considering 77% of the tickets and 96% of the cash on the Yankees. The line is not budged. Tells me the Guardians are very, very live to win this game and tie up the series. 87% of the tickets, 87% of the cash on the over. One of these series have got to go further than 5 games. I'd probably lean towards this one here. I think the Guardians at home are worth a look in this game. And it is going to be 2 pitchers making their postseason debut, I believe. I think Luis Hill has not pitched in the playoffs ever. If I remember right. Because did he ever? No, he's never pitched in the postseason before. So these are 2 pitchers making their postseason debut. It's Luis Hill versus Gavin Williams. Gavin Williams making his first major league start. I think he pitches well in this game. The lines are kind of dictating that as well. The line not moving, even though all the money's on the Yankees. The tickets and the money on the Yankees. And the line's moving towards the under, which tells me that he does pitch well. It's gone from a 7.5 -120 to a 7.5 -107 for the over. So line moving towards the under, line moving towards the Guardians suggests to me that Gavin Williams pitches well. I can get the Cleveland Guardians at -104 here in the spot. I would like to move on Cleveland in this game. And I get it. They used their bullpen yesterday a decent amount. Well, they're probably going to do the same thing again today. But I think Gavin can give them 5. And then you go through your big guys. Cade Smith, Hunter Gaddis, Manuel Clase, and you try to maneuver your way through another game here. Maybe you have to throw Herron, maybe you throw Andrew Walters, maybe you throw Modetsky for an inning, something along those lines. But I trust the Cleveland Guardians to piece together a good end of the game bullpen. I'm asking Gavin to go 5 innings. I think that's all I would do. It's nice to finally see Gavin in a game, because he has not pitched yet this postseason, and I think that could be decent motivation for him. That he wasn't used in the DS, and he hasn't been used so far in the CS, and now he finally gets his start. I want the Cleveland Guardians in this game. I'm not doubling up on anything here. I'm just going Cleveland money line full game -104. I think Gavin pitches well.
And Gavin, we trust. No, I think they could build off the momentum. Off of that game
yesterday.
That was a crazy game yesterday. And I think they could build off of that momentum and kind of just and tie up the series. I know, and you got Gavin who's fully rested. I don't trust Gil. I also do think this game is probably going to go under. I think this is a under game, like a 3-2, 2-1 type of game, tight down the stretch. It's going to be important to get that middle of the lineup out, and Clase's got to do his thing. Like, you can't have Clase pitch as bad as he did the last couple of games. So I'm taking the Guardians here. Tie up the series. The series doesn't start until a road team wins a game. So let's see how this one goes. I'm taking the Guardians in this one, Nick.
Fair. Back to the chat, and then we'll wrap it up and head on out.
Oregon Ducks is a trap. I'm on Purdue. BYU, I'm on Okie State. I was looking at Purdue. I'm on Purdue. I'll be on Army just because I predicted this 4 weeks ago that they could be ranked. Can't run away from that. I don't blame you. Army's a really good team. I'll be rooting against you. Fresno -3. Yes, I'm on Fresno. Mets should have started Peterson the series. That's where they blew it. I'm not gonna say that's where they blew it. Keep in mind this is also a Mets team in this series that has scored 8 runs, and 5 of them came from Vientos. That's not sustainable. We've seen the last 5 games, they've scored 12 runs, and 8 of them came off of 2 grand slams. That's not sustainable offense. So I'm not. I'm not.
You're asking the pitching to be perfect, which was the problem.
And that's not. By the way, dumb decision by Stearns. Nick, I thought 446 knew the Mets better than we did. David Stearns doesn't make these decisions.
No, he does not.
Carlos Mendoza makes those decisions. But apparently you don't know that. So, Duke, I'm on the under. Yankee. I like Fresno, yes. Judge home run yesterday was the biggest hit ever. It was electric. Then Stanton back-to-back. Can't believe they lost that game. Wasn't it? See, that was a fun game to watch. LOL, I forgot there might be a letdown spot for Oregon. That was a miracle last week with the Purdue cover. Might take Oregon first half spread. I think Purdue keeps it within 10 to 14 points. I think we could realistically see a game like the Idaho game. Nerfy, the under guards, yes. I believe Guardians World Series was yesterday. Gill has a small sample size, but good numbers versus guards. Bullpen has been way overused. Class A was a train wreck. Yeah. Juan Soto, homer. It's hard to trust a 3-10 Gavin, no experience against the evil empire. Fair enough. It is Gavin Day. You know what the routine, Nerfy and the Guardians. Happy Gavin Day, dude. I would have hated to be a Yankee better yesterday. I know, right? You really think some guy from ECU can save the season? Earle doesn't trust Gill, but trusts Gavin Newsom. Gavin Williams. I thought you were a lot smarter, dude. I don't understand how you
for a genius. He mixes up. Yeah, for a genius, he mixes up a Major League Baseball pitcher with the governor of California.
Public favoring the Penguins tonight. Yes, I'm taking the +28. No Nevada. No, I'm not taking Nevada. I kind of like Nevada. I think I want to be in the Valley. Good luck. Mets team total under. Alonso not to record a hit. I actually think Peterson will pitch good today. Rested. See, I'm fair. Wow, that's the first thing you. Yeah. Laughing. Bunch of tickets on the Avs. You think Stearns doesn't say to pitch Senga? Are you nuts, the GM? No, the manager makes all these decisions. I don't understand why you think Stearns just makes moves. Stearns has been great. He brings in Tyrone Taylor. He brings in Luis Torrens. He brings in Sean Manaea, Luis Severino. No, he's done great. He brought in Stanek.
Ryan Stanek. I mean, he's been awesome.
No, he's okay. Yeah, he's made a couple of questionable decisions. Omar Narvaez wasn't a good pickup. Adrian Hauser was a dud, but he's had a lot of good moves. And no, he doesn't make day-to-day.
He was what we thought he was. So,
yeah. 55% take on the Canes. You think the first manager makes those calls? You're clueless. Yeah, I think the manager makes those calls. That is 100% a Mendoza move. 85% of the tickets on the Jets, as they should. We're not betting. Nick, you taking the Jets team total over?
No, I lean Sharks under and draw.
Can we get an early CFP 3-teamer?
For So I have to look deeper. So I will.
Okie State plus the points, Fresno State, and Purdue plus the points. You think Boone would makes the call to? I don't know what the Yankees do. I know what the Mets do though. That's everything for today. I'll put the CapperTek in the description, and make sure you guys are following all the social medias. We'll be back again tomorrow with another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. And for the last time this year, probably, let's go Mets.